If you've released a bunch of singles online and now you want to re-release them as an EP or maybe even a full-length album, in this video I'm going to show you how. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and welcome to Studio Live today. What we'll be doing here is grabbing these 6 songs that have been released as singles and re-release them as an EP. It's super simple to do and I'm going to show you how right now. Now, I use DistroKid for most of my music distribution, but the same principles are going to apply with pretty much any distributor, and that is that we need to gather up all the singles that we want, including the actual audio files, our track titles, and then get some album artwork, put them all together, and then re-upload them, because the one concept you need to keep in mind is we can't just tell DistroKid, here's all my singles, go away and turn them into an album. We do need to actually re-upload the audio files to make this happen. So let's jump in and get started. So if you still have the audio files from when you first released the singles, you can just use those to re-upload. But if you don't have the exact master version, guess what? DistroKid makes it super simple because we can actually jump in here and download our files. Let's do that first. The first song I want is this one called Imagination. So I simply click on Imagination. It's going to drop me into my information about this single. If I scroll on down, you'll notice that I've got some cool things across the middle here, including download. So what I'm going to do is click on the download. That's going to download it from the DistroKid Vault. The DistroKid Vault keeps a copy of all of your masters, your final release versions. So even if you've lost them, they're on a computer, they're on a hard drive, gone down into landfill, don't worry, you can re-download it. There it is. It's downloading now. Let's go ahead and download the other 5 tracks and get ready to release. Now, to make this even quicker, what I can do is come into the More option in the top right here and scroll on down to the Vault and click on that one. This will take us straight into here where we can actually get direct access to all of the files from all of our different releases. So there's 2 different ways that you can jump in there. We can scroll on down. Let's find Never to Blame, which is our next track. We'll click on that one and there you go. There is that master file. So we can just click that one and that will take us to our download page and hit the download button. So 2 different ways to download your files. The other thing that I recommend you grab while you're actually downloading or checking out your singles is the ISRC code. So if we scroll on down, you can see over here to the right, we've got this one, ISRC code. So copy that for each single. Now, what this allows you to do is enter that when you're releasing your EP or your album. And what it should do, not guaranteed, but what it should do is keep any playbacks from the original single and the EP or album version. It'll basically link these songs together as long as they are indeed the exact same song. Alright, if you've followed along these instructions so far, you'll end up with something like this. You'll have all of your files ready to go. So here are my 6 audio files, the WAV files downloaded from DistroKid. And here are those same 6 songs with their ISRC code. So the only thing I need now is my actual album artwork. So let's grab that and then we'll be ready to release. And here's one I prepared earlier. This is my album artwork. I created it here in canva.com. Now, Canva is a great design platform. I use it for all of my video thumbnails as well as album artwork. There's a free plan and also a paid plan that has additional fonts and transparent PNGs and a bunch of extra options. Check out the details down in the description, as well as a video where I show exactly how I create album artwork using Canva. So all I need to do now is actually download this file. So we'll click in the corner there. We'll download this as a JPEG at the highest quality we can, just the first version there, and we'll hit download. Now, the key things to keep in mind with album artwork is you want them to be 3000 by 3000. You can get away with smaller, but that is the best optimal size. We'll hit continue editing. There's our file downloaded in the corner. We're ready to go. So I've copied that album artwork. I'm going to right click and paste it. And there we go. We've now got our JPEG as well as our 6 audio files, our song names, and our ISRC codes. We are now ready to upload. So back to DistroKid, we're going to click on the upload button to take us to our upload form, and we're ready to start filling this out. Now, I do have another video which has detailed instructions about filling this in. So if we go too fast in this one, check out that video linked up the top and down in the description. Let's start at the top. top, that's a good place to start. We're going to click this. We want this to be a 6-song EP. So this will automatically turn it into a multi-single release. Now, I will pause here and let you know that the one thing that you can't do is re-release a single exactly the same, because stores are cracking down on this one. They don't want folks to just release something and then re-release it and then re-release the exact same song. But if you are putting it in a compilation, an EP, or an album like we're doing here, that's 100% okay. And that's where this one comes in, because we haven't released this album before. So it's a big no around previously released. That doesn't mean have you released any singles from the album or the EP, just if you've previously released this entire album. We're going to leave this as my artist name. If you've got a Musician Plus or an artist label account, you can actually change that to another artist name. I'm already in Spotify and Apple Music, so we're all good to go there. Scrolling down to the next section, let's take a look at this one around release date. So because I have the Musician Plus account, I can actually change my release date. If you're just using the standard Musician plan, the $19.99 per year, then you won't be able to adjust this date. So I actually want to make this release on the 31st of August. So I'm going to change this to August 31st. And this opens up some additional options down below, which we'll take a look at now. So as you can see, it's defaulted here to 12 a.m. This is the Spotify only release time. So it says what time on your release date should it go live on Spotify, and other non-Spotify stores will be midnight-ish in each country. It can vary a little bit based on this. So if we want to change this up and make it a particular time, we can do that here now. So why don't, just for fun, let's make this early in the morning. Let's make this at like 10 a.m. New York time on the 31st. We'll see if this actually translates out to whatever time zone folks are actually looking to download it in. Now, this next option means, do we want it to drop all at once or at 10 a.m. in every different time zone? I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to drop it all at once. So once it's out, it's out. The next thing here is our pre-order. So I am going to try this. I've not used the pre-order before. We're going to click this one and we can actually set a pre-order date. Now, it does need to be 5 days minimum. So I'm just sneaking it in here. So we're going to go August 26, 2020, and that's going to be when folks can pre-order or pre-save it into their Spotify. Scrolling on down to our next section. Now, once again, because I have the Musician Plus account, I can name my record label. Again, if you've got the Musician account, you won't be able to do that. And now it is time to add in that Canva created album artwork. Navigate to the folder where we have our JPEG. We're going to click on that one. We're going to hit open, and there it is. It has dropped that in there, looking good, ready to roll. Continuing to scroll on down, we now need to throw in the album title and determine the price, the language, and the genres. So we have the title entered there, Own Battle. It's going to be a $4.99 US EP. Language is English. Genre is alternative, folk, and we're good to carry on. Keep in mind, again, with the Musician plan, you won't have control over the price. If you have the Musician Plus or higher plan, you can adjust the price to whatever you want it to be. If we click that one, you can see we've got different options there. We're going to make it a $5 EP. Now it's time to get into the fun stuff. We're going to start actually uploading our tracks. So I'll do this one slowly on the first track, and then I'll go ahead and do the others, because you don't need to see me do this 6 times. So our first track here is going to be Never to Blame. We're going to type it in there like that. Now we can actually choose the file. So we're going to click on this one. We've got all of our files downloaded here. So we make sure we choose the right master file there. Now these have been downloaded directly from DistroKid, so I'm pretty confident they're going to be correct. We're going to hit open there, and it's going to place it there. It doesn't upload it at this stage. It does all that at the end. It's just going to point to that file. The one final thing I'll show you is the ISRC code, because you'll notice this over here, we can actually add the ISRC code to try and make this match up with our original release. So we've clicked on that ISRC code link, and it pops us straight down to here, ready to put in the ISRC code. So we're going to carefully choose the right one here for Never to Blame. We're going to copy it and we're going to paste it in there. And this means that instead of a new ISRC code being generated, it should use the previous ISRC code and match this one up to the original single. Let's quickly run through the rest of these options. So songwriter, we can actually put here whether it's a cover song or not. If it is a cover song, there's a bunch of other things you need to keep in mind. Check out the DistroKid FAQ that I've got linked below, which has information about covers. But I wrote this one, so that's all good. We can then put in the songwriter's real name. So this time I'm going to put my name as Peter and then as Johns, like that. I don't use my middle name, so Peter Johns is going to be the songwriter. So even if your name is Johnny PP Bakukaka, then you need to put your actual real name in there. So those made up names get weirder every time. And if you have multiple songwriters, just click the plus there and then you can add those in as well. Scrolling down, do we have explicit lyrics? No, I keep things pretty clean most of the time. Is this a radio edit? No, it's a clean version, always has been. There is no explicit version. Instrumental? No, it contains lyrics, so we've selected that one. We've got the preview clip start time, so I can specify when things like TikTok, Apple Music, and iTunes will preview the song. I'm just going to let the streaming services decide. And then the track price here, I'm going to leave it at 99 cents. It's either 69, 99, or 129. This means that if people buy the individual tracks, they're going to be 99 cents each. If you buy the whole EP, you get a little bit of discount because you're going to get the whole thing for $4.99. And that is all there is to it, because now all I need to do is rinse and repeat 5 more times, which I'm going to go away and do, and then I'll join you again at the end of the process. All right, we are all done. I'm down here at track 6. There's my final one. We've got all the normal stuff in there and we're good to go. At this point, I highly recommend scrolling back up and checking over. Check for spelling, check that you've got the right file in each one, check that all of your options are set correctly, because it is so much easier to get this right now. It's like recording. Get it right at the source, because it's much harder to change it once you've hit that final release button. So do your final check and then we'll be ready to go. So we're at the end of the road here. We've got our optional extras. I'm going to do the Instagram and Facebook thing because why not? I've explained YouTube Money Store Maximizer, all the other options in the other video again. That'll be linked down in the description. But here are the final tick boxes. Once again, I do go through these in detail and I have read them a bunch myself. So I'm going to tick them all. And the final thing to do is to hit the big blue done button and we will be done. All right, so it doesn't like my pre-order date. Please choose a later pre-order date. The pre-order date you've chosen is earlier than today, which don't make sense. I'll go back up and check on the pre-order dates that I've set here. Okay, now it is August 26, but maybe we just need to make this August 27. That's going to affect the 5 days there, but we'll try this. Otherwise, we may need to extend this one out to the 1st of September. Let's scroll all the way back down to the bottom of the screen, and we're going to hit the done button now, and oh, it seemed to be okay with that one. Here it goes. It's going to upload the album artwork and then it's going to go away and upload the 6 individual tracks there. We'll let this finish uploading and then I'll return to tell you the final part. And we are nearly done. We are completed. It's finishing off its final little bits and pieces, and then it'll throw us out here to this screen. Done. That was easy, wasn't it? It really was, DistroKid. It really was. Now, one thing that's important to note is that DistroKid have said, yes, your release date is cutting it close. So because I'm only releasing in 5 days' time, it may not be available in all stores. I'm accepting that risk because stores, all the different streaming platforms have their own different ways of actually reviewing. So sometimes they do a manual review. So keep that in mind. If you definitely want it to land in all the stores, give it at least that 4 weeks before you actually release. And finally, right at the bottom here, we have this, and this links into our hyper follow section. I've done a whole video all about hyper follow. That'll be linked up the top and in the description, but let's take a quick look at what hyper follow can do. So I'm going to click on the preview button. This is going to open up my hyper follow page for this release. There it is. People can click that button. You can do that right now. You can go to this. It'll be linked in the description. You can actually send me a message from here and I'll reply to as many as I possibly can. Here you go. At the moment, it's only going to show Spotify, and we can pre-save and follow by clicking on this link. It tells when it's available, and Spotify users can go ahead and do that. We can also edit this hyperfollow page. Let's give you a quick crash course in that now. So if we click the menu button in the top right corner, we can then click on edit this page, and this will take us into this page where we can start taking a look at the different items we can edit. Scrolling on down, we've got our artist, our album title, our album artwork, our release date. Now, if I had a YouTube video, say a YouTube video promoting this release or maybe showing how I released it, I can actually put this in here. So if you're watching in the future, there may already be a YouTube video embedded there. I can change the text of that button and I can leave Spotify pre-save on. Audio previews, they won't go live till the actual release date, but they're already in there. Holiday cheer, you can play around with yourself. And what I can actually do is I can actually add in new links. So if I had a SoundCloud version I wanted to put in here or other versions, I can do that. And I can even add in my social media links. Once again, all of these options are showed in that other video, which will be in the description. There you have it. How simple is it to take your singles and re-release them as an EP or an album? There's 2 more videos linked there and there if you want to learn more about releasing your music online. And don't forget to check out all of the links down in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.